So I'm audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think PPT is also visible.
Yes, sir.
So this diagram which we are studying is of transverse wicking. Last lecture we have discussed about wicking and the wicking defect, how it is done. Now it is clear that it is a capillary action. Normally the pressure difference plays role in wicking. Also the size of capillary, that also plays a role. Some point we are discussing last lecture. So now we will discuss about the transverse wicking. Now in transverse wicking, the transmission of water takes place through the thickness of your fabric. That means it is perpendicular to the plane of the fabric, or very simple, the thickness of the fabric. If the water passes from inner side to the innermost side to the outermost side of the fabric through its thickness, then that is called as transverse wicking. And it's actually the mechanism which is working in our body, or the mechanism which is working on our body, is related to this transverse wicking, because it is important as the removal of liquid perspiration or sweat from the skin. It also involves the movement of your this perspiration or liquid or sweat through the fabric thickness. तभी वो outer surface पे जाएगा. Inner surface is touched to your body. Inner surface of the fabric is touched to your body and on your skin, we can say. So whatever perspiration or sweat which is generated by our skin on the skin, it is get absorbed by the inner surface of that fabric and it is then transported to the outer surface. अगर ऐसा होता है तो that is your transverse wicking, और ऐसा होना चाहिए, because what is our aim? Our aim is to remove the liquid, that is water or moisture, which is on our surface, which may generated due to the activities which we are doing, and keep our surface dry so that we will feel comfortable. So this is our first requirement. And now as it is passing through the thickness, and we know that how thick is the fabric, it is very, very small. The thickness is roughly in mm. Length may be in meters or kilometers, but the thickness of our fabric which normally we wear, fabric thickness अलग अलग हो सकता है, normal का कुछ अलग होगा, लेकिन जो हम पहनते हैं, the fabric which we use for clothing purpose or for making garments, that fabric has very less thickness, or they are very thin, we can say. So as the fabric is very thin or the thickness is very small, what happened? It is more difficult here now to measure the transverse wicking. As compared to transverse wicking, the longitudinal wicking measurement is what we say easy, because the distance which is involved here in transverse wicking is very, very small. And you will find that the time taken to traverse the thickness of your fabric, it is also very, very short. So time भी कम है और thickness भी कम ही रहता है. So यहाँ measurement का बड़ा problem है. Means already we said that it is difficult to measure transverse wicking as compared to the longitudinal wicking. Now this is a fact. Now to make it easy, अब easy तो नहीं बोल सकते, but to get the results or to measure this transverse wicking, we are moving toward the method. That test is called as plate test, and this plate test it consists of a horizontal a glass plate which is called as horizontal sintered glass plate, means that glass is having small openings, छोटे छोटे वहाँ होल्स होते हैं, परफोरेटेड नहीं बोल सकते उसको, लेकिन कुछ अपर्चर्स उसमें है in that glass. So we are using horizontal sintered glass plate which is kept moist by the water supply, and if you see the figure, then this glass plate which is kept moist by the water supply, this height can be adjusted so as to keep the water level precisely at the upper surface of the plate, and the fabric you can see is placed here on the top of this glass plate. If you see the figure, I think then it will be clear to you. Here, just a second. Okay. So see, this is your sinter glass plate. उसके ऊपर हमने फैब्रिक रखा है, ठीक है, और उसके ऊपर एक वेट भी हमने रखा है. हम लेवल यहाँ पे देखिए एडजस्ट करते हैं. जो सिंटर प्लेट है, सिंटर प्लेट का लेवल हम यहाँ प्रॉपरली वी हैव टू एडजस्ट दिस लेवल. हम बराबर इसके हिसाब से सिंटर प्लेट का लेवल एडजस्ट करते हैं, मतलब वाटर लेवल के ऊपर एग्जैक्टली वी विल पुट इट exactly on the water level. Now, you can see here on the top of this glass plate we have kept the fabric, okay, and on that fabric certain weight is also kept. So now here the water from this glass plate is absorbed, we can say, or it is drawn the water through this glass plate. Who is doing this? Who is taking water? The fabric. Because as there are openings, so this water will come in contact with the fabric, but at the lower side. Now हमने क्या किया, देखिए स्किन के ऊपर जो स्वेट होता है हम कंसिडर करते हैं पोर्स होते हैं ना, हमारे जो पोर्स होते हैं जहाँ से स्वेट निकलता है, तो सिमिलर टाइप का यहाँ पे कोशिश किया गया है प्रोड्यूस करने का. ग्लास प्लेट which is having pores, and through that pores the water can get absorbed, or the water can come in contact with the inner layer of your fabric. Inner layer of fabric का उसके कांटेक्ट में यहाँ पे आ रहा है, and hence we can say here the rate at which water will be drawn is now depend on the wicking power of your fabric. किस रेट से वो खींचा जाएगा ये किसके ऊपर डिपेंड है? Now it is depend on this wicking power of your test fabric. जो टेस्ट फैब्रिक है इसके wicking power के ऊपर ये डिपेंड करेगा. अगर वो वाटर लविंग है तो नो डाउट at faster rate it will take the water and releases in the atmosphere. So therefore it is very important that the water level is adjusted to touch the innermost side or underside of the fabric. Okay, खाली टच करना चाहिए, एक्सेस नहीं. तो therefore हमने पहले बोला कि we are maintaining the level. हम उस तरह से प्रॉपरली उस ग्लास प्लेट को उसके सरफेस के ऊपर प्रॉपरली एडजस्ट कर रहे हैं ताकि फ्लड जैसा भी, मतलब बहुत पानी डायरेक्ट वहां से आके ग्लास के ऊपर ना आ जाए, ऐसा भी हमको नहीं करना है. So that adjustment we have to done. Just the water level is adjusted to touch the underside of the fabric but not to flood it. ये concept यहाँ पे use किया जाता है. So the rate of uptake of water is measured now. अब हम क्या करेंगे? We have to measure the rate at which the water will be absorbed. We can say here, or we can say at the rate which the water will be taken by the fabric. तो उसको हम यहाँ पे बोलेंगे rate of uptake of the water. It will be now measured by the time which will now require here. So हम उसको बोलते हैं it is measured by the timing, the movement of your meniscus along the long horizontal capillary tube. So we have to keep watch. Here now see, यहाँ जो हम देख रहे हैं अभी on this, the rate uptake of water is measured by the timing, movement of meniscus along long horizontal capillary tube. ये जो दिख रहा है ना, this one, ये तो जाएगा, एब्जॉर्ब होगा तो ये किधर जाएगा? हॉरिजॉन्टल में जाएगा ना, इस साइड में जाएगा, बिकॉज इतना वाटर आपने इसमें पहले डाल दिया है. So, जो भी वाटर क्वांटिटी थी वो इतनी थी. Then after that we have put in the glass. On that glass we have put the fabric. So the fabric has absorbed certain amount of water, and the fabric has absorbed the water. What will happen now? ये जो capillary tube है, here now the level, this meniscus, ये जो दिख रहा है ना, this meniscus, ये जो round type का दिखता है, surface जहाँ आपका fabric का रहता है, that meniscus will now move along the capillary tube. That we have to now know. We have to measure here timing by movement of this meniscus along this horizontal capillary tube. And here the equipment is arranged so that the head of water supplying the glass plate will does not change during the experiment. मतलब पानी कम ज़्यादा यहाँ पे नहीं होगा. एक बार पानी हमने जितना whatever amount of water you have taken initially, that amount, this no amount will be added. Only it will be taken by fabric. Not extra will be added. So we are taking here you can say precaution that water supply to the glass plate will not change. That we have to keep in mind. So now the diameter of the capillary tube is known to us, and from that the mass of water taken up by the fabric in that particular time can be easily calculated. अगर हमको उसका मालूम है कितना डायमीटर है आपके ट्यूब का, आपका वाटर का पोजीशन, मिनिस्कस का पोजीशन कहाँ से कहाँ तक आया, so you can easily find out कि how much water is taken by your fabric. So it can be calculated कितने टाइम में कितना पानी उसने लिया आराम से, जिसको हम बोलेंगे रेट ऑफ वाटर अपटेक. व्हाट वी आर मेजरिंग हियर? रेट ऑफ वाटर अपटेक वी आर कैलकुलेटिंग. And as in the experiment you can see here, little bit weight is also put on the top of the fabric so that it should be in contact with that glass plate. एक थोड़ा सा प्रिकॉशन यहाँ लेते हैं. तो कई बार ऐसा होता है कि due to that weight or load, sometimes the fabric get compressed, but it is required, otherwise that fabric innermost portion will not come in contact with that opening in that center glass plate. Still we are trying to maintain a constant pressure here. Very low pressure we can maintain in this case. Roughly it is 0.098 किलो पास्कल के आसपास का प्रेशर हम यहाँ पे मेंटेन करते हैं, so that you will get the rate of uptake. So this transverse leaking can be measured here by measuring this time required for this meniscus to move एंड वो डिस्टेंस है और जो हमारा डायमीटर है फ्रॉम दैट क्वांटिटी कितना लगा कितना एब्सॉर्ब किया इसमें, जो भी पानी जाएगा वो ओनली टेकन बाय द फैब्रिक, सो दैट वी कैन इजीली मेजर इन दिस केस. So this is your transverse leaking which we can measure. Now the next topic is again related to comfort, but it is called sensorial comfort. Now as the name itself is sensorial comfort, no doubt it is concerned with how the material or how the fabric or your clothing or garment you feel when it is worn by you or worn next to the skin. So it is related to what we say the sense of our skin. Actually, हम ऐसा बोल सकते हैं, related to sense of our skin, because your skin will only feel if it come in contact with your skin. If the fabric or the garment will come in contact with the skin, then only your skin can feel whether it is comfortable or not. Now, this is again a fact that different people now say, जैसे sensorial है तो it is subjected to vary person to person. Now suppose one person feels good, that doesn't mean the other person will also feel good with that fabric. Now it is a completely different subject. You know? So when various fabric we are wearing, then we can find that sometimes we cannot detect the differences in fabric structure. वो हमको उतना समझ में वहाँ पे नहीं आएगा. So we cannot detect certain structure of fabric by our skin, no doubt, but still we can what we say, there are certain factors which will contribute to the sensorial comfort, because your skin is not in a position to detect the difference in fabric structure. Yes. Hello, I am audible to you?
Yes, sir.
PPT is also visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we are saying, the body is not in a, or the skin, sorry, the skin is not in a position to detect the difference in fabric structure or drape or fabric finish. Yeah? So this difference we cannot detect. But our fabric, our skin can detect the difference in fabric hairiness. तो मानते हो कि अगर आपका फैब्रिक बहुत ज्यादा रफ है, अब यहाँ मैं हेरीनेस यूज करता हूँ. इफ योर फैब्रिक इज हैविंग हायर हेरीनेस, दो कंडीशन, वन फैब्रिक which doesn't having any hairs, another fabric it is having very high hairs. So if you wear that fabric, then your skin can detect, but your skin cannot detect other like fabric structure or drape or finish which is applied. That our body or skin will not detect. Okay. So only we can detect the hairiness. Our skin can only detect the fabric hairiness. So still there are some factors which are contributing to your sensorial comfort, and they are called here as, one is called tickle and another is called prickle. Now this tickle, it is caused by fabric hairiness. The factor that is tickle, it is due to fabric hairiness, and there is another that is prickle. It is caused by coarse and stiff fibers which are protruding from the fabric surface. कोर्स है, थोड़ा स्टिफ है और फैब्रिक सरफेस से थोड़ा बाहर आ रहे हैं. तो if that type of thing is there on the fabric, then that is called as prickle. Now This stiffness of this protruding fiber is a main factor which cause this prickle. Now prickle में तो हो गया fabric hairiness आया, बस fabric hairiness के साथ हम prickle को बोलते हैं. But when we are calling about prickle, then in that prickle, the stiffness of your protruding fiber, it is having a main factor to cause this sensation, which is called as prickle sensation. Okay, so prickle sensation कब होता है? If your fibers which are protruding from the fabric surface, they are stiff. They are protruding and they are stiff. Then this type of sensation is there. And this sensation it can affected by the diameter of your fiber, क्या diameter है, and what is the length also. Length भी यहाँ matter करती है, no doubt. So if suppose you have a particular fiber diameter, then the end of your this long, if the fiber is also long, then the end of this long fiber is more easily deflected to a fixed amount than a short fiber. So you will find here, ये अगर लॉन्ग फाइबर है तो prickle सेंसेशन थोड़ा सा कम लगेगा, लेकिन अगर शॉर्ट फाइबर है तो हो सकता है कि हमको थोड़ा prickle सेंसेशन ज्यादा लग सकता है अगर शॉर्ट फाइबर है तो. तो यहाँ पे एक बात होती है कि लॉन्ग फाइबर एंड शॉर्ट फाइबर डायमीटर इज सेम. ओके, दिस लॉन्ग फाइबर इज मोर इजीली डिफ्लेक्टेड बिकॉज आराम से बेंड हो सकता है, आराम से मूव सकता है ना. लेकिन अगर शॉर्ट फाइबर है तो वो बेंड होना या मुड़ने के चांसेस कम है. दिस इज अ फैक्ट. So therefore you will find that the long fiber they appear less quickly, but the short fiber they will appear more quickly as compared to the long fiber. Now another so these two things, that is prickle and prickle. Another thing is here wet cling and fourth is warmth to touch. So the factor जो हम बात कर रहे हैं, which factor? The factor which are what we say, the factor which are contributing to the sensorial comfort. They are this prickle, then this prickle, then the next one is wet cling. Now this wet cling is associated with sweating. Now what happens when sweat is generated means moisture is generated, and no doubt we feel sometime damp is there, or suppose some sticky sweat will be present on your skin, that is we call it residue on the skin. So this factor, if suppose your fabric is holding this type of thing, this is the area of fabric which is in actual contact of your skin. Okay? So actually what happening here on your skin, suppose the fabric, suppose there is a particular area of a fabric, that area of fabric is in contact with your skin, and the sweat which is generated, or the sweat or moisture which is generated by our body due to perspiration, if that particular damp or liquid है ना, तो हम इसलिए damp, यहाँ damp means एकदम गीला सा, okay, और sweat residue मतलब बचा थोड़ा बहुत जो liquid बचा है, if that is on that surface, and which surface which is in contact with your body, now how you will feel? You will not feel comfortable. So that is called wet cling, which is what? Which is associated with the sweating, and it is caused, how it is caused by what? Caused by the damp and sticky sweat residue on your skin. आपके स्किन के ऊपर डैम्प लग रहा है, चिपचिप लग रहा है, क्यों लग रहा है? Because the fabric which is in contact with your skin on that fabric area, suppose this particular sweat is accommodated or it is stick to it, then we feel this type of thing that is called wet clean. अगर ऐसा हमको लग रहा है so that is come under the sensorial comfort wet clean. So the factor which influence this clean is your actual area of fabric in contact with the skin, and no doubt this factor is influenced by your fabric structure also. कि fabric structure आपका कैसा है उसके ऊपर भी wet clean depend होता है. Then next factor here for sensorial comfort is your warmer to touch. Now what it means? Now what happened here? Suppose you are wearing a garment, and when you are wearing it, so initially when we put the garment on our body, then you will find that that particular garment is having certain low temperature than the skin. अभी ये होता है शर्ट अगर आपने टंगाया हुआ है अभी तो रेनी सीजन इज मोर ऑफन और विंटर सीजन ये बहुत ज्यादा फील होता है. क्यों? Because our skin is having higher temperature, because our skin is our body is trying to maintain the normal body temperature. Surrounding is cold, so our body is little bit warmer. And here now, if we pick a garment and if we wear it, that garment is at the room temperature. And from room temperature, the garment is put on the body, our skin, which is having more temperature than the surrounding. ठंड में समझो 20 डिग्री है हमारा बॉडी, हम बोल रहे 35 डिग्री के आसपास मेंटेन करता है, तो 20 डिग्री में कपड़ा रखा था और आपने पहन लिया, आपका अब वो आ गया 35 डिग्री में. सो व्हाट हैपेंड हियर? Now there will be what happened here? Simple thing will be happen. What happened? The heat now from the body will be now transferred, or we can say there will be loss of this heat from the body to the garment. कब तक? Until, जैसे हमने हिस्टेरिसिस इफेक्ट के बारे में बात किया था, until the temperature of the surface in contact of your skin will be now equal. Skin का और उस surface का which is in contact with your skin, it will be equal. तब तक कि ये चलेगा. क्या चलेगा? Loss of heat from body to the garment चलते रहेगा. Okay. Now fast as if this heat transfer is faster, then we will find that the faster this heat is transferred, the greater is the cold feel of your fabric you can sense. जितना ये ज्यादा फास्टर ये हीट ट्रांसफर होगा उतना आपको कोल्ड फील ज्यादा आएगा अबाउट दैट फैब्रिक. सो दैट इज वार्मर टू टच. मतलब टच करने के बाद भी हम, ये सिंपल लॉजिक है, आप कोई कपड़ा पहनते हो तो आपको उसका टेम्परेचर फील होता है. दैट इज कम अंडर दिस वार्मर टू टच. ठीक है, टेक्निकली हम ये बात कर रहे हैं, बट सिंपल लैंग्वेज में कपड़ा हम पहनते तो हमारी बॉडी उसका टेम्परेचर सेंस कर लेती है कम है या ज्यादा है. Now the difference in cold feel between fabric is mainly due to the surface structure of that particular fabric, not of fiber type. Fiber type के ऊपर ज़्यादा depend नहीं है. It depend on what? The surface structure of your cloth. यहाँ simple example भी है, जैसे cotton sheet feel cool, okay, whereas the woolen type of sheets if you are using, then you will find that they will not feel as cool as the cotton sheet. But if there is a cotton and if it is having mixed material like wool or suppose polyester, then again the feeling will be different. Now Suppose it is cotton only. One is a cotton sheet, which area is what is a smooth and plain. Another is a cotton sheet which is having loop type of effect or pile type of effect on that surface of the cotton fabric. Then you will find that this fabric, cotton fabric, which is having loops or pile type of projections on their surface of fabric, here you will feel warm. So therefore I am calling surface structure. सरफेस स्ट्रक्चर आपकी फैब्रिक का कैसा है उसके ऊपर ये डिपेंड है, या वार्मर की टच जो है वो आपका उसके ऊपर आपको ज्यादा मतलब जो डिफरेंस इन कोल्ड फील है वो डिपेंड है सरफेस ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चर, फैब्रिक स्ट्रक्चर. ठीक है, या फिर हम ऐसा बोल सकते हैं इफ फैब्रिक cotton fabric is there and if that cotton fabric is having very high projected or you can say very high raised surface, मतलब बाहर खींच के या यान वहां पे ये लूप टाइप में, तो दूसरा कॉटन है उसका प्लेन सरफेस है, तो जिसमें सरफेस के ऊपर आपने रेज किया है यान को लूप बना के ज्यादा रखा है, तो वो आपको थोड़ा गर्म लगेगा, वार्म फील देगा. Now why? Because this raised surface gives lower contact area. Now why this is happening? Because that raised surface when come to your skin, we can say, it will give you the less contact or lower contact area and hence a slower rate of change of temperature. So this is a simple logic. क्या logic है? Lower contact area, and if contact area is low, then hence slower will be the rate of change of temperature. So this is a simple concept given for environmental touch. Now next point which we will discuss is related to water absorption. Now when we say about water absorption, then there is another point which is called water repellency. Now ये दो चीजें हमको भी पढ़ना है. They are again related to comfort, no doubt. Comfort से related ही ये point है. And for example, when we say water absorption, now why it is required, why it is needed? कोई बता सकता है कि which textile what we say materials are used as a water absorbent? Can anyone? Yes. I am audible to you? I am audible or not?
Yes, sir.
I think there are roughly 25 students are there in our class. So can you give me any examples which in case of our textiles which we use for water absorption or where we are using this property of water absorbency, कहाँ हमको चाहिए रहता है? So no one can give me the answer. Have you heard about towels, cleaning cloth, diapers, nappies? सुना है कि नहीं? टॉवल तो सुना होगा. I'm audible or not?
Yes, sir.
तो टॉवल का काम क्या है? टॉवल क्यों यूज करते हो? ऐसे ही?
नहीं सर. Water absorbent.
Yes, towels, tea towels, cleaning cloth, nappies, diaper, pads. We require this material to absorb water. So therefore, water absorbency we have to study. Now you can see here there are normally two facts we can say on which we have to discuss about water absorption. That is this static immersion, then wettability of textile fabrics, and sinking time. I think you may have done some practical, in the practical also you may have gone through any of this word, I think. So what we are saying, the two we can say facets to the absorption of water are, one is total amount that can be absorbed regardless of time, and the other is the speed at which this is absorbed. So two main things which are very much important if we are studying the absorption of water. That is what? How much total amount that can be absorbed by your material, and another the speed at which it will absorb. दो चीजें हमारे काम की, एक तो है देखिए हम दो इसमें वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. एक है कितना पानी आपके मटेरियल ने लिया, तो टाइम का कोई उसमें इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं है, कितना अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर लिया अपने खुद के वजन से, कितना अमाउंट वो खींच लिया. टाइम इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट. ओके, अनदर इज द स्पीड. दूसरा में हम स्पीड की बात करें, द स्पीड ऑफ एब्जॉर्प्शन और स्पीड ऑफ अपटेक भी हम इसको बोलते हैं ऑफ द वाटर. नाउ दिस टू पॉइंट्स आर वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट व्हेनेवर वी आर डिस्कसिंग द वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन. Now why we are saying this, because if suppose you have two fabrics and suppose they are having similar structure but they may have different speed of absorption, but they can hold same amount of water if you allow enough time to them. So ये चीजें जो है हम इसको अभी ये नहीं करेंगे, इतना जरूरत नहीं है, बट ध्यान में रखिए कि ये जो दो हमने बात किया कि the total amount that the total amount of moisture or water that your fabric will take and the speed at which it will take. तो दोनों एक दूसरे के ऊपर डिपेंड है, ऐसा नहीं है, दोनों अलग अलग है. Okay. Means we are here now try to study by soaking the fabric in water. We are soaking the fabric in water so that they can take maximum amount of water. And another is the speed at which that, this is another factor. One is what? Amount of water, total amount of water आपका मटेरियल कितना ले रहा. अब इसमें प्रॉब्लम ये है कि suppose one fabric is kept, it may take 1 kg of water in 1 hour. Or another fabric is there, it will also take 1 kg of water, but it required 5 hours. So अलग अलग चीज यहाँ पे हो सकता है, इसलिए हम उसमें डीप में नहीं जाएंगे. बस इतना हमको ध्यान में रखना चाहिए कितना वाटर वो होल्ड करेगा और क्या स्पीड उसका रहेगा. दिस टू थिंग हमारे ध्यान में रखना काफी. Now to study this water absorptions, we have to do certain tests. Out of that, first is your static immersion. Another test is wettability, and another is the sinking time test. Now this test they are related to water absorption. एक तो क्लियर हो गया कि वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन क्या है. वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन में दो चीजें हो सकती है, कैलकुलेट करने के लिए हो सकती है. ठीक है, एक कितना अमाउंट पानी उसने पकड़ा और उसका स्पीड क्या है, ये दो चीजें वहां पे हो सकती है. So when we speak about the static और वाटर रिपेलेंसी भी इज देयर. वाटर रिपेलेंसी में हम देखेंगे स्प्रे रेटिंग, Boltzmann टेस्ट और मीरा शावर टेस्ट दैट वी कैन आल्सो स्टडी. So now about water absorption, जैसे हमने बोला there are two facts to absorption of water, that is total amount of water absorbed with respect to time and the speed at which it will take. First is static immersion test. Now when we say static immersion test, now this method is used for measuring the total amount of water that a fabric will absorb, and here we have to allow sufficient time for the test so that it will reach equilibrium absorption. Now what is mean by equilibrium absorption? Equilibrium absorption means जब मैंने स्टार्ट किया एब्जॉर्प्शन तो बड़े फास्ट एब्जॉर्ब करना चालू किया उसने पानी. ठीक है, अब आप कैसे गिनोगे पानी एब्जॉर्ब किया, चलो हम उसका वेट करते हैं. लेट वेट दिखा दो. सो व्हाट हैपेंड ड्यू टू एब्जॉर्प्शन, द वेट ऑफ द फैब्रिक विल बी इंक्रीज. So initially, very fast the weight of the fabric is increasing, but after a certain period you will find that the rate at which the weight is increasing is reduced. And बाद में ऐसा होगा कि वो weight बढ़ेगा नहीं, उसके ऊपर नहीं बढ़ता. Means क्या, equilibrium absorption position reach हो गया. अब कितना भी पानी डालो तो पानी absorb नहीं करेगा. That is called equilibrium absorption. Initially बहुत पानी absorb किया, fast किया, बहुत जल्दी जल्दी weight बढ़ा, उसके बाद weight बढ़ना कम हो गया, कम होते होते लास्ट में जीरो. क्यों? क्योंकि वो पानी जितना चाहिए था उतना उसने ले लिया, उसका पेट भर गया, ऐसा बोल सकते हैं. So here what we are doing, weight sample of fabric are immersed in water for a given length of time, then taken out, and excess water can be removed by a little bit shaking, थोड़ा सा उसको झटका और मार के निकाल देते. Then they are again weighed and the weight of the water absorbed is calculated as a percentage of dry weight of the fabric. ये हम यहाँ पे करते हैं, इसमें static immersion testing. Okay. So what we do here, just wait a second. Now as you can see in this PPT, we have written the points. Fourth specimen we are using here each of BSG टाकून घेतो मी, टाइम टेबल बनवून जाते आताच्या आता. काय प्रॉब्लेम नाही टाइम टेबलचं. मी एकदा चेक करून घेतो हे लेक्चर होईल. ऍक्च्युली ओव्हरलॅप व्हायला पाहिजे कारण की ओव्हरलॅप होतं म्हणूनच नवीन टाइम टेबल बनला फायनल आणि बनला नसता. हा आय एम ऑडिबल नाउ.
Yes, sir.
So there was a power failure and I think already your time is completed. So we will directly go for attendance. Okay. So just wait, don't go away. We will discuss tomorrow also that simple test. Today's date is 14th. So rule number 1, Aditya.
Present, sir.
Rule number 2, Ajay.
Present, sir.
Rule number 3, Amir.
Yes, sir.
Rule number 4,